Jasmyne and Vince.
The JasVynce Show.
The JasVynce Show.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And we are back. People, we got the first night together, the family, the dates, and the honeymoon drama. We talking about it. We talking about all that on a brand new episode of
The JasVynce Show.
What is happening, y'all? It's Vince.
I'm Jazz.
And of course, Married at First Sight episode, season 14.
Episode 4.
Episode 4. And guess what?
I was right.
We both lost the bet.
No, I was right.
You said episode...
I said they would be on the honeymoon, not arriving to the honeymoon on episode 5. So you owe me. Thank you.
They're on the honeymoon already, it seems like. But
it's day one. It don't count.
It's day one. Day one of marriage. But wanted to say thank you to our subscribers. Thank you to everybody. If you haven't hit that red button yet that says subscribe down there somewhere, please do so, because, you know what I'm saying, we're killing the game out here. Please, of course, make sure you're following us on Instagram at The JasVynce Show, obviously, and also on Twitter, where you could tweet live with Jazz and Kiki and like and retweet and what else. All the gifts.
All of those things.
All the gifts and stuff y'all be doing on the tweeters. All right, but let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. Again, the couple spent their first night together. How did it turn out?
For who? Let's start with
For all
one
of them.
person.
Yes, we'll go in order of the couples. And we did get to see them go on their honeymoon to San Juan,
Puerto Rico.
It's all right. I heard it was nice. It was nice. You know,
San Juan is great.
You know, I was told if you go to a country like Puerto Rico, then it's probably best that you speak the language. But we'll talk about more than that. We'll talk about more.
Is Puerto Rico? It is a country. Is it? It's
Yeah.
a U.S. territory. I don't know.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Let's talk more about that. I wonder if Olajuwon and Katina know exactly where it is. Starting with Olajuwon and Katina. I'm pretty sure that's how he pronounced it. Shout out to our girl Keisha Knight Pulliam, but I'm pretty sure she called him Elijahwan or Elijahwan a few times, but it's whatever.
It's an island. It's not a country.
Anywho, it is an island. We started off with them on their very first morning together after spending the night together. He doesn't like to cuddle, apparently.
He's a trash cuddler.
He's a trash cuddler, but that's not the only thing he could be trashed at, folks. You didn't treat women well in your past. What's up with that?
I feel like he says he's not proud of his past, but every time he has the opportunity to talk about it, he be like, yeah, I was trash, man.
I guess you could say I cheated.
But I didn't put no tags on it, so it don't count.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
We'll see about that.
Big trash, man.
It was pretty, so exactly. That's how I was waiting for her to be like, so you trash. Because we did get to see the realer side of Katina come out as well, too. So I enjoyed that. Again, she didn't get to cuddle, apparently. We got to see him meet up with her friends. Any family? I can't remember. Her sister, brother.
I don't know if that was her sister. I don't know. I think it was her friends.
Her man's Jelani came with it.
Jelani came with the real questions, and he was reading through all the BS. Because I feel like Olajuwon puts on this. He has a persona that he turns on when he's in front of certain people. And I feel like he kind of did it with Katina when he met her. It was like very charismatic. But sometimes when you're like that, it comes off a little bit fake. I'm sorry to say it, but Vince kind of comes off like that sometimes when you first meet him. I was like, he faking. It's been 5 years and he's not faking. He's like this all the time.
I can see that. And I can tell you, if I was to go on Married at First Sight for whatever reason, I honestly would probably be going to, embrace the
Jasmine that's there.
Exactly.
I mean,
hypothetical. I would be going to embrace the Jasmine, my beautiful wife that I'm meeting for the first time ever, and like the process, because I love all that stuff. But the clout, baby, the clout is there as well. He's like, yo, you trying to blow up?
Yeah.
All right. Yo, Jelani is on
I'm
to something.
sleepy. I'm sorry. I'm old.
Dang, you was going yawn on that.
Yeah, I did. What time is it?
2?
It's 8 o'clock.
It's not that late.
It's almost time to be in the bed.
We still gotta watch After Party. All right. But yeah, I felt that, and he got very defensive.
Yeah, I'm noticing that Olajuwon doesn't like when someone not necessarily challenges him, but has a separate opinion. We'll get to Lindsey and him later, but right. I think that he starts like to beat his chest type thing. I don't like it.
I mean,
I can only imagine.
He works on his chest, clearly.
Yeah, but I can only imagine how he's gonna respond when him and Katina have like a disagreement. I feel like he's gonna do that puff up thing too, and you need to be more like sensitive or aware when you're talking to your wife. So I'm hoping he's gonna talk to her with respect, because he was really like, he really blew off her friend, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, wasn't too nice.
And then blew him off back when he came to her and was like, yeah, I don't know what he was on. I'm just like, I don't like that.
He was just trying to challenge me. Like, I wasn't really feeling that, but I'm going to stand strong in my... And as we can see, again, he stands strong in his, his stance or whatever it is. As we do eventually get to see them later on the trip, once they arrive on their honeymoon. And some people said it happened on the plane, but I'm not sure if it was after the plane. But apparently... Lindsey, one of the fellow wives, who seems to be having a great time, but we'll talk about that, recommended, I think it'd be cool if we talk in Spanish or something like that.
Since
here.
We're in, what is it, their native land tongue, is what she said.
Something along those lines.
Native land.
Please let us know in the comments if you feel like that was an offensive suggestion. Guys, how do you feel about that, Jazz?
I knew you were going to ask me.
We just returned from Mexico.
I think that when you go somewhere, and I think it's kind of an American thing.
Yeah.
I think that Americans go somewhere with an entitlement.
Americans, if you will.
It's giving colonizer is what it's giving. You go somewhere and you're like, oh, well, I speak English, so everybody needs to speak English to me, Yeah. But I think that if I go to a Spanish speaking country, I should at least try to learn basic Spanish phrases and speak to people. And I'm in your house, basically. That's like you come to my house and tell me, oh no, we eating chicken. No, we eating salmon in here, okay?
What's in my house.
Right. So
it's in my house.
I understood what she was saying, but I also feel like she was trying to be the braggy, like, travel snob. Because she's traveled so much. So I feel like she was like,
she has.
Like, oh, do you speak Spanish?
And she speaks Spanish.
Right.
So that's how the conversation began.
But I think Katina and Olajuwon reacted kind of ignorant.
They took that as offense, and I'm glad that
I think Katina been waiting.
She surprised me because that's what it was. Y'all women are funny. I'm sorry.
She didn't like her.
I was like, okay, she took her man's side like that. Yeah. She's like, what you talk about? We speak Spanish. We talk about out here. But she couldn't wait to flip on her. Honestly, she's been holding that in. It makes so much sense to me. You could tell. It makes so much sense because I was like, damn, I didn't think Katina was gonna.
But for me, that was like the second time I saw Olajuwon get like flustered, and I'm just like, why are you worried about this drunk white chick? Like, we know Lindsey be out the mouth crazy, but I realize that's the first time they've met them.
That too.
Because, in previous seasons, they've been like, oh, this is my wife. They had the time to introduce them on the honeymoon. So he's like, who is this chick talking crazy to me?
Did not think about it.
I didn't think about it. So that's the first interaction that they've had with her.
Yeah, so that does make sense. That makes sense. Would you like to move on to Lindsey and Mark or anything else about Katina? And
no, Katina was ready to cuss Lindsey out.
Talking to each other's family real quick. Oh, yeah, we said. I did want to say her friend, Katina's friend, when they met up, she was like, "Did y'all cuddle or did y'all cuddle?" Or something. I was like, "I'm glad y'all."
I think that's. Yeah. I don't know why they need to ask that. Yeah. I feel like you should ask your friend that, not her husband. That's weird.
It was interesting, but he, we little make out. You know what I'm saying? But again, about the bragging stuff. But,
I feel like you shouldn't be discussing that.
Olajuwon, we watching you. That's all I need to say, man. That's all I need to say. Let's move on, man. Let's move on to Mr. and Mrs. MTS.
Yes.
Who seem to be so happy and in love.
Okay, so them together is growing on me. I feel like I don't necessarily like how Lindsey is by herself, but I feel like with him there's a balance, and I did enjoy like how he met with her friends and her family for the brunch, and they gave him the survival kit, which is basically a no button.
Yes. No.
It says no in different ways.
No.
And a snack. Because, we be getting hangry. We need a snack sometimes.
She seems like the type to get pretty hangry.
Yeah. I could see that. But also, his friends were very, like, welcoming to her. And they were like, I feel like they're a good match. Like, she's a lot, but a lot in a good way for him.
Yeah, and he's a lot in his own right as well. But I think the thing that's the most promising for me, you know, I'm a sucker for love, man.
Yes.
She said, like, yo, I feel really lucky. Like, there's no doubt we're gonna be a success, and that is like, oh my goodness, like that's amazing.
I love that, but I think that the difference between them two are they're kind of both blunt, but he's more diplomatic in his approach, and she's gonna need that because he went and apologized to the whole squad on her behalf.
That's right.
But as a husband, that's an honorable thing to do. But I think that he may get drained because she's the type that, like, he'll apologize for her and she'll mess it up the next day. I could see that, and nobody wants to. I feel like men don't want to be with somebody that's always in conflict.
I hear you on that. Yeah, definitely. I just like that. She seems happy, but again, her father gave that warning, like, just be careful. No. Right? Anything else? Would you like to get more into that little tough? They got to show them on their honeymoon. They were on a separate bus. And Mark the Shark was handling it pretty well. You know, we had a little situation. I'm glad he called it a situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like he's classy. Like, I just like the way that he operates. Like, he seems like a people person, and like he's able to navigate stuff. But I just hope that he doesn't get drained with navigating.
Mr. Wicked Committed is his title.
Is that his title?
Again, Mr. Wicked Committed. So again, she's lucky. She's lucky. He apologized on her behalf. Everybody said they was cool, but we'll see.
I don't think Katina's cool.
I don't,
Even from first after party.
Yes.
She called her out on the first after party. Like, no, you know what you did. You know why Alyssa blocked you.
It happened.
I was like, you could tell Katina don't rock with her at all.
Let's go. Come on, man. All right, let's talk about a couple that we're actually, you know what I'm saying? I think everybody messes with Jasmina and Michael a little bit, right?
She got the name. I gotta like her.
Jasmina, you know what I'm saying?
I like her.
She was practicing her last name, which I can't remember what it is right now.
Mousse or something like that. Something like that.
But I thought, again, something that I think is really cute. Like, go ahead and practice. Go ahead, Jasmine Bracey. Go ahead and practice your name. Go ahead. Yeah, she be getting mailed to the house and stuff. I be loving that.
Vince be mailing me stuff that says Jasmine Bracey, and I'm like,
I'm not the only one.
What is this?
Shout out to Nana, just cause I'm pretty sure she.
Oh yeah, she did mail something. That's
Bracey.
Hilarious.
Our timeshare people saying some.
Don't start with me. Edit that out.
Anywho, she got to meet with Claire and I think it was Jackie. I forget. Other sisters.
Who?
But Michael's sisters.
Michael's sisters.
And they had a nice chat. They love her. They said they came
you can
out
feel the vibe. It's like Black Girl Magic vibe. Yeah, I love it.
It was the Black girls, man. The Black girls doing their thing. The biggest takeaway I took away from this was she's only dated long distance.
That's a red flag for me.
This emoji for you. Red flag emoji for
It's
you?
a red flag for me.
This emoji for me.
Because as a woman, I'm trying to think as a woman why I would date long distance only. Well, and you know, the first thing I thought about was Love After Lockup. Because the one girl, she got wild men, but they're all locked up. She's like, I haven't dated in the free world because I like to be able to control the contact. I thought that was interesting. But also, Jasmina has been hurt in previous relationships. And I'm like, if all your relationships are long distance, I'm not surprised that you've been hurt repetitively.
I can see that. I can see where, you know, it doesn't have to necessarily mean that. But if you're not putting that much attention, and
regardless, men that be in long distance relationships be having whole side chicks.
That too, possibly. But to then have to be like in the house with somebody after not being around nobody, that's different. That's different. There was somebody else that said they hadn't been held in a while. Was that Olajuwon?
Yes.
I think it was. All right. Again, that was the biggest thing.
What did Michael say? Michael said something that I was like, what?
He said that her mom seemed terrified.
Because she said her biggest concern was safety.
Yeah.
And she said this is actual, what was the word she used? She said this is not false. It was a word she said. Material. I don't know what she said, but she was basically saying like, this is an artificial presentation that I'm getting. Mm-hmm. And her biggest concern is her daughter's safety. And I got that. I get it.
There you go. Anything else about Jasmina and Michael? Let us know if you feel about, or let us know how you feel specifically about this couple in the comments, because I want to like them. They seem like, from the previews, they might get into some arguments here and there. Again, we're not going to do our ratings till next week.
I remember his sister said that he's pessimistic. And we saw that in this episode.
I didn't like that.
We saw that in this episode. He was like, yeah, well, everybody has met all together and we don't know each other. So, of course, there's conflict. And Jasmine was like, that doesn't mean there has to be conflict just because everybody just met. He's like, I mean, that would be the assumption. I'm like, I don't think that's the assumption. For me, I would say, he said he was a realist. I would say I'm a realist as well. But I don't say, oh, I just met you as conflict. I'm just never surprised. If you're having a relationship, it's two people coming from different places.
Yeah.
There's going to be some sort of conflict. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a fight. It could just be like, you saw how they said, she said, well, I agree to disagree. And that was the end of the conversation. I thought it was interesting that he saw that as conflict. Was that really conflict?
I almost want to say no comment on this one, because Jazz is a realist. I'm a very optimistic person. So at times when I've noticed things that reflect our actual lives in our show, I try not to say nothing because I get
blink twice. Blink twice
because I end up getting yelled at. So I try not to make any comparisons.
Don't start with me.
I'm glad you said it first that you are a realist. I would prefer to not have any conflict at all, just because that's.
But that wasn't conflict.
Yeah.
Having a difference in opinion is not conflict.
It's not.
And I think that's just the way that men look at things.
Not just men. I think people in general, I'm not going to say simple-minded people like Eric Adams or something like that. But yeah, everybody doesn't see the bigger picture in things.
But you understand.
Save your energy. There's worse things we could be arguing about.
Like there's going to be something that's big that you're actually going to have conflict about to come to a resolution. Okay. Conflict is about resolution. If you say, oh, I'm looking for conflict, then you're just going to be stuck in conflict. But the point is to get to resolution.
Appreciate.
That's how you should be looking at it.
There you go. Solve.
Two different people. You're going to have two different outlooks on things. Bang. That's just what it is.
But also, he's very pessimistic, so I feel like we're going to see...
I feel like he was...
We're going to see that come up a couple more times. I'm not looking forward to that. Come on, black man. You got to think positive. Get your money. All right, let's move on to Noi and Moy.
My favorite part.
Steve Jobless. Hey, Steve Jobless. Now, let us talk about some SRIRACHA.
I love SRIRACHA. I'm living for it. SRIRACHA is a sauce, babe.
SRIRACHA was spicy.
You said
you tweeted.
You salt, babe.
Stop. You tweeted. SRIRACHA was being spicy. SRIRACHA had all the questions. Noi's brother, drag queen.
SRIRACHA.
Personality. SRIRACHA. Which I completely missed where Noi's brother got on him at the wedding. I completely missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Asking him, so what's going to happen tonight? I'm depressed. I missed that completely. That caught me off guard.
Steve was like, yeah, so we just met, so I'm not expecting anything sexual,
Thanks
whatever.
Back to that.
But then the next morning, Steve was like, yeah, we didn't have sex. He seemed disappointed.
Because, Steve is used to getting some...
That's what I said. I said, Steve is an attractive guy, and he's super tall.
GTD.
So I'm sure that he's used to getting women if he wanted them.
Exactly. Steve was like, damn, how we not smash? What? By accident, at least? What?
No.
Anywho, so SRIRACHA came, and I thought...
I'm not smashing no Jobless,
I thought
man.
Quietly Noisy was there, too, but that must have been SRIRACHA's,
That was somebody else. I don't know who that was.
SRIRACHA, that was hot sauce? I don't know. Anywho...
Y'all.
Anywho, SRIRACHA had all the right questions, asking about the finances and the plans and all that stuff.
Asked about him traveling. Well, did you eat, pray, love? Did you find yourself? I was like, damn.
I hope he did. Damn. I'm
SRIRACHA. He said no, it wasn't about that.
It wasn't though. But I hope you're supposed to kind of find yourself on some of those. Noi's mom had one concern.
She just cut them off. Well, if y'all thinking about having babies, you need to get a job. I was like, yo, Steve Jobless ain't gonna be shit until he get a job. I'm sorry. Come on, like most families would have a problem with that.
Come on, man. Where did I gotta bring it in. I ain't bringing it in a while. I gotta do it for you one time real quick. Just Just what? Where's your
Where's
job at,
sir?
bro? Where's your job
Yes.
at? So, I mean, that was pretty much the thing. Like, it was just that's what they were focused on the whole time. And you can't really blame them. Like, that's their baby.
And he's how old is he? 38?
I think so. No, 35, I believe. She's
Either
33.
way, it's a problem.
Yeah.
I feel like a job should be a prerequisite requirement for Married at First Sight, period. Because we've had...
You should support yourself.
But let's think about it. We've had couples previously that the issue was money.
Yeah, all the time. That's most marriages, period. But yes.
You don't got no job. Steve Jobless better come out here and tell me he's investing in Tesla stock. He has residual income.
Something.
He got a trust fund.
Something.
He better tell me something because...
No, his family is not having
What had me tight was he didn't seem like he was even interested in getting a job.
What?
But the dad brought it up.
I'm trying to
The
roam.
dad was like, yeah, he's a vagabond. He just wants to travel. And I'm like, oh no.
Not a vagabond.
That's what he said. Yeah. So I was like, I thought that was interesting because Noi was like, oh, well, it seems like it's just temporary. But it sounds like he's not trying to settle down unless he's going to stay married and then kind of be forced to settle down at that point.
Point of the matter is, Steve Jobless, Noi's family wants to get a job. I'm pretty sure they even like tipped the waiter a little bit extra in the beginning to come out and drop. Oh, can I split the checks for you, sir? Just so they could be like, oh no, you can put that on our tab.
He ain't got no job.
He ain't got no job, so we'll take care of that. There was some spice going on at that table right there. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
We all need a brother like SRIRACHA.
Yo, SRIRACHA. SRIRACHA brought the heat.
I'm sorry, I feel like I'm not using the right pronouns. I feel bad.
SRIRACHA is she.
She.
Yes. Come on. Shout out to
Okay.
the diversity and inclusion. Where did monkey come from again? Get out of here, monkey.
All right.
Trying to
Who's
move on
next?
to our next and last couple.
It's not a couple. 2 singles that's married.
Again, there's a reason why their picture is small, folks. We've been waiting for the heat. How much time we got? It's the end of the episode. We wild. This is a long episode right here. But Alyssa and Chris, we cut back to them after the wedding. She stormed out of the room, said something was said to her, and she just couldn't be there, and left my mans there just looking dumbfounded like
She's giving all the people I hated in Married at First Sight history.
Chris, give me somebody else. Is she giving Chris?
I can't remember what the girls. I want to say the girl's name was Jennifer. She was from the Miami season, and she married the guy. What was the guy named Derek? I think she found out he smoked cigarettes on the honeymoon, and she just disappeared for the rest of the time.
The real true Married at First Sight throwback OG
Yes,
fans. If
yes.
you know that, let us know in the comments too.
I can't think of what her name is. She was a nurse.
Did I start watching in the first Boston?
Yes,
I think I
with
did.
Jeff T.
I think I did. That sounds right.
She's giving Molly. That's who she's giving. From the first Boston. We hated Molly.
All right, Molly, I'll give you some of that. But yeah, Chris, whenever the next opportunity he got a chance to talk to her, he was like, yo, straight up, like, yo, what's good, son? Like, I appreciate that he was like very forward about it. He let her know, yo, I'm willing to move at whatever speed, because she was kind of trying to make it seem like it was something that he said or somebody did, and she wasn't really making it clear what her issue was, I feel like. Am I bugging?
No, she wasn't. She wasn't trying to talk in front of the cameras, but you signed up for Married at First Sight. That was the other thing. That was
I hate when
dumb.
people do that.
So they had a conversation off camera that night and then had a conversation the next day. And she's basically saying, yeah, I want to go to Puerto Rico just to, see the other couples. I'm like, so you want to go on a group trip?
Yep.
A group trip and your husband's just there, you just gonna ignore him, which is basically what she did the whole time. I was very annoyed with that. I thought she was big trash, and also they haven't spoken to the other couples about it like that.
Yeah.
So Michael was like, yeah, Chris is a cool guy, but I don't know. I ain't seen them even talk to each other. Like, I don't know what's happening with them. So I can't wait until somebody, hopefully we have a Gil this season that's going to ask the real questions at the table with everybody.
We'll see.
Who you think is going to be the Gil?
I'm not sure who the Gil
Olajuwon.
is. Maybe.
He seems messy.
He'll jump out there and say some stuff that, or Lindsey, maybe,
Give Lindsey a few drinks.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe not even that many. She'll say something if given a chance. But I think Alyssa is trash. I think most of Twitter can agree with us.
Twitter was dragging
She's
her.
not, and I think Chris came out and said it at one point. She's not trying. She's not putting anything. I think there was never a point where you put in any effort. He said that to her face. And are you calling me a liar?
No, she said, "Do you think I'm lying?" And he said, "Well, yes." And she said, "Oh my God, he called me a liar. I just can't. I can't have this conversation." I'm like, he technically didn't call you a liar. He technically said that you were lying. That's not the same thing as calling somebody a liar.
Yeah. So Chris is giving her the benefit of the doubt. It seems like I thought he was very smart, but sometimes it's like he's giving her so much patience that he caught us like, "Yo, bro, what?"
He's just accommodating her to the point where even she started saying, "Yeah, he's just yesing me to death." I'm like, girl, what do you want, bro? What you want is it not to be him. That's what it really is.
Big facts.
That's what it is.
She's like, yeah, his friend was kind of cute, but I think she's gaslighting me.
And
I was like, bro, I need to know what gaslighting.
Okay, so I remember she got mad the second time because he told her family that she said that she wanted to take they didn't vibe. I'm like, you're mad he told your family the truth? What, like, I'm lost. I don't know what's up.
I'm not a fan.
Not feeling Alyssa.
This is going to be the couple, as you can see by their picture, this is going to be the couple that we're not going to be able to talk about. Well, there's going to be some drama involved, clearly.
I'm sure there will.
Because allegedly, I don't think this counts as a spoiler, people are saying that that she didn't want to sit next to him on the plane, which is what the situation on the plane was in the first place. So that already, she wasn't vibing off that, like you said. And a producer had to, maybe Crystal, shout out Crystal, had to sit in between them to like keep them. I don't know, man. I'm not liking this. I hate when, again, because I am such a fan of the process and like fully committing to this. Like, if you're not trying, man, come on, man.
Man, listen, this is what I'm petty.
Even if you don't like his
I'm
teeth.
very petty, but I'm hoping that it turns into a Sam and Neil situation. Okay. Atlanta's the first season.
I did watch. Atlanta. I went back and watched that.
And
season.
She was crying when he dumped her ass on the thing.
It hurts. Johnny and
after
Bow.
She was flaming him the whole time.
Johnny and Bow. Johnny thought he was about to bow.
Bye,
last
Johnny.
season. Bye, Johnny.
Bye.
Anywho, I don't have anything else to say about this couple. Anything else? You on this wonderful couples? Again, we're not going to do ratings till next week, when we actually enjoy the honeymoon and see if people are spending. I feel like somebody's already getting a low rating. Let us know if you have a favorite couple in the comments. And yeah, catch up with us on Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that. Of course, anything else that you want to talk about?
About this? No. Make sure you check out our first travel vlog. Part 1 will be released this weekend.
It's coming.
So turn on your little notification bell. Ding.
It's coming. Yes. The ding. Yes. Of course, make sure that you
like, comment, and subscribe.
Always. And hit the little ding just because. Next episode is going to be a lot of arguing, it seems like. I'm looking forward to it. But
yeah, we like arguing in other people's lives.
Yeah,
not ours.
Yeah. Talk about on the show. So hopefully lots of conflict resolution. But
that's what it's about.
We know it might not. We'll see. But all that and more on a next episode of The JasVynce Show. Peace, y'all. Peace.
Jasmine and Vince.